People will come to the museum and they're like, are there Tomaquag Indians? And I'm like, no, there is not. Tomaquag actually means the word beavers in the Narragansett language. Where we were originally founded, where the museum started, is known as Tomaquag Valley. It's a little hamlet inside the village of Ashaway, inside the town of Hopkinton, Rhode Island. Tomaquag Museum was founded by Eva Butler, who was an anthropologist, and in partnership with Princess Redwing, who was Narragansett Wampanoag, and she is a very famous historical figure as an Indigenous advocate for Indigenous rights.
Redwing always said, history is his story, so they tell the story from their perspective and their point of view, and we must tell our history from what has been passed on to us so that we're telling truths and not assumptions.
The idea is that in a lot of museums, it's told third person. Historians and archaeologists and anthropologists and people of that like tell another group of people's stories. And we're not doing that. We're telling our own story, our own history.
To feel like you have a place in this world, to feel that your history and your story matters, and it's being shared by other people and people are learning from that. It's a place where we're represented, where we're so often not included and not represented elsewhere.
This museum, in a lot of ways, has given me a voice. You learn really about what generational trauma is, what lateral oppression and oppression looks like, and you get to sort of understand and be around people and in a community of people who have experienced similar things, and you start to see that other parts of your life make more sense.
Part of the museum's mission is to enable our younger people to have a strong sense of who they are as Narragansett people.
Someone like my grandmother, who's lived 100 years, she's touched 3 centuries. It's those people that are sharing that historical knowledge forward to us through our oral tradition and our oral history that passes it forward, and we keep trying to do that, pass it forward to the next generations to come.
It's a whole history. You may say of the whole tribe. I think they've done a wonderful job of putting it together and making it so that it's interesting to people besides just us.
We really provide a safe space for anyone to come and ask anything. As offensive as some of the questions may be, it's okay, because unless you're willing to have those conversations and attack those stereotypes and those myths and really educate and give them truthful information, they're going to carry those thoughts and feelings on outside of here.
The museum has so many partnerships with various organizations and works with the state of Rhode Island, trying to make that difference as a teaching organization. It really works to empower the Indigenous community.
We're in a very rural space. If we only stayed inside these walls, we wouldn't have the impact that we do. And I feel that part of how we won the national medal by the Institute of Museum and Library Services was the ability that we've had to create partnerships that are meaningful, that give both ways, and that help us broaden our reach of who we're speaking to and sharing this education with.
This museum is well on its way to reaching a whole nother level, to tell our story, share our history, and get people to honor and respect when we say, we are the Indigenous people. This is our home. It will always be our home.
We were a tribe when people landed on these shores, and we're still a tribe.